Dreaming about moving to San Diego? Well, you're definitely not alone because it is one of the most desirable areas to live in the entire country. But there are a few mistakes you can make that can quickly turn your dream into a nightmare. From picking the wrong neighborhood to underestimating the cost of living, these are the pitfalls you need to avoid if you want your move to be successful. And as a person that's helped a lot of people and families relocate here to San Diego over the past few years, I'm gonna go over 5 crucial mistakes that I see people do time and time again when moving here to San Diego. And I'm even gonna share a bonus tip to help you figure out a lot of this stuff very, very smoothly. Let's get into it. By the way, my name is Nick and you guys are reaching out all the time and we love helping you out. So if you're thinking about making a move in or around San Diego, just shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just straight up give us a call so we can save a ton of time and help you with your real estate goals right here in San Diego. Now, no matter where you're moving from, if it's a couple miles down the street or you're relocating across the country, it can be extremely stressful and a lot of people really just don't even know where to start. So I want to save you from a lot of these pitfalls that I see people do very, very often. So let's just go into mistake number 1, which is going to be picking the house without knowing the neighborhood. In San Diego, neighborhoods can vary drastically, not just with lifestyle, but with the vibe, with the amenities, with accessibility. So it's really easy for people to fall in love with a house before they even get to know the neighborhood at all, which is the complete opposite. For example, you might pick an absolutely gorgeous home with views of rolling hills. Maybe it has a pool. Maybe the inside was completely renovated by a designer. It just checks every box, but you come to find out that you're literally 30 minutes to the closest Trader Joe's or Sprouts or any grocery store at all, or maybe you're 50 minutes from the beach, which you really wanted to be close to the coast and have those nicer climates. You know, just those things that you enjoy most, because at the end of the day, location is everything. And I see people do this so much where they'll say, hey Nick, we're gonna be there in a week. We absolutely love this house over here in Fallbrook. Set something up for us. We'll be there soon. Perfect. Let's do that. They fly out here. They actually drive around for 20 minutes before that showing and they go, oh my gosh, Nick, this is not at all where we want to be. And the house is not even what we thought it was going to be. And it's so easy nowadays with all these home search websites like Zillow where you scroll. And these photographers are really, really good. They can make a small room look huge. They can make an ugly house look really, really good as well. So you have to be careful and, really figure out what it is about the neighborhood first before you even go look at some of these homes. So start by researching neighborhoods that match your lifestyle and your budget, because budget is going to dictate where you can and can't live here in San Diego County. And same with lifestyle. If you want walkability, maybe you're looking for good school districts or just proximity to the coast, then find a home within that area. And this is something we help all of our clients with because it is the most important part and one of the biggest mistakes we see people do. So we actually have a Zoom with people or we hop on a phone call. We figure out A, your lifestyle, B, your budget. Now we're gonna set you up with a list to figure out which areas are going to be the best. And we even include GPS links to the residential areas in these neighborhoods that we know will work for you. Number 2 is ignoring daily commutes. Now, San Diego's traffic can totally catch you off guard. Even a short commute on the map can really turn into a very frustrating ordeal, especially during those rush hour times. Now, usually anywhere from about 7 a.m. to about 9 a.m. is where there's a lot of traffic on the freeways and everybody's out there commuting. And same in the evening, anywhere from about 3 p.m. up till about 5:30, maybe 6 p.m. If you can stay off the freeways or the roads during this time, you will deal with a lot less frustration. It's very easy to get around, but if you have to commute during these rush hour times, it can get incredibly frustrating. But it's important to keep in mind, sometimes even not during those rush hour times, you can still hit traffic. Even this morning, I came down to the office. It should only be about a 20-minute drive for me, but I left at like 6:45 and there happened to be an accident. So that actually took me about 35 minutes, which isn't a lot of extra time, but still, I wasn't expecting it. So it was kind of a bummer. But this is something you need to keep in mind is maybe you want to really live in North County, San Diego. That's like hey, that's where you want to be. It sounds perfect. But if you work downtown, then that commute could take up hours of your day. This is something I highly recommend not dealing with. You definitely want to keep your commute within a 30-minute drive with no traffic, because with traffic, it can be closer to about 45 minutes. So location does matter just as much as finding the perfect house. So if you do find a great house, test out those commutes. I couldn't stress that enough. You want to make an informed decision. So go visit these areas or these homes that you like during those rush hour times and test out your commute, whether it's to work for you or maybe to drop the kiddos off at school. You just want to know what you're getting into on a regular basis. And if you guys are getting any value from this video, it would mean the absolute world to us if you go down there, hit that like button. And if you have any questions at all, we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. All of our information is right there down below. Next is underestimating the cost of living. San Diego's cost of living isn't just high, it's literally one of the highest in the entire country. Everything from housing to utilities to everyday expenses like gas, groceries, or just dining out, this stuff can add up so fast. But it's really gonna depend on where you're moving from. Maybe you're moving from the South or the East Coast or the Midwest. Chances are it is going to be significantly more here in Southern California. And let's say you're moving from Texas, then your dollar is definitely not gonna go as far here in San Diego. Or maybe you're moving from the Bay Area, chances are your dollar might even go further than it would up there. And I see this one a lot. People are moving from Texas or Florida and they have this 3,500 square foot home that they're about to sell for $900 or maybe $1 million. And they come here to San Diego and they basically want to get the same house. They kind of understand it's going to be more expensive, but sometimes they don't realize, oh my gosh, that same house in Texas is literally $2.5 million here if you want to be in a good neighborhood. So make sure you really budget for these higher costs over here, whether you're going to be renting a home or buying a home. Especially if you're buying, make sure you get your finances straight first to understand what you can actually purchase comfortably, especially with these higher rates right now. And you want to account for things like HOA costs and property taxes and homeowners insurance. So just make sure you get all your ducks in a row with your finances before you dive into this. Number 4, choosing an area that doesn't fit your lifestyle. Now, San Diego literally has something for everyone, but not every neighborhood is for every lifestyle. So let's say you're looking for beach vibes or maybe some nightlife where you have new restaurants to try out, you got some walkability, some great coffee shops, and you move to a quiet suburb like Rancho Bernardo or maybe Fallbrook, then you're gonna feel completely out of place. Or maybe you're looking for the opposite. Maybe you're a family and you wanna have something a little more quiet, a little more family oriented. Then moving to a very lively place like Pacific Beach, you might kind of regret that. And let's say you're looking for those cooler, mild climates so you can spend more time outdoors, then definitely get as close to the coast as possible, because you do have microclimates here in San Diego and you could drive 40, 45 minutes inland sometimes and need a complete wardrobe change. So honestly, sit down and make a list of all your must-haves. Do you want nightlife? Do you want a family-friendly vibe? Do you want outdoor activities, proximity to the beach? There is so many things, so you really have to make sure that your neighborhood checks in with that same lifestyle that you're looking for. Number 5, trying to time the market. Now, this is a question I hear a lot. It's, hey Nick, when is the best time for me to buy a house in San Diego? When is the best time for us to move there? Well, honestly, San Diego's real estate market is so dynamic. It's very unpredictable, and waiting for the perfect time to buy can really have you miss out on a lot of great opportunities. Now, obviously, if you have to wait for the kids to get out of school to make that move, or maybe you're waiting on a home to sell or some sort of investment so you have the funds to go buy a home here, that's completely different. Now, honestly, the best time to make that move is when you have all your ducks in a row. You have all your finances ready. You have all your personal needs are ready to go. That is the stuff that's important. And this is what I tell people that is so, so crucial. You don't know if the right house is gonna pop up in a week or in 6 months. You really, really don't. So you need to know exactly the neighborhood you wanna be in. You need to have your agent looking for off-market opportunities, on market, talking to other agents. All this stuff is very important, because when the right home pops up, there is a lot of other families out there that have been doing the same thing, and they are prepared and they're ready to jump on that opportunity, the day of or the weekend of. So that needs to be you, so you're not missing some of these golden opportunities. And a little bonus tip for you guys, spend time exploring San Diego before you commit to this. I've seen people literally have their goals set on San Diego. They come out here and do what I call a recon trip for a few days or a week, and then they go, actually, this wasn't where we wanted to be. This happens, and that's totally okay, but you need to make sure you spend that time coming out here exploring the areas that you potentially want to be in, and spending that time not looking at houses, especially if you're 6 months out or a year out. Don't spend that time doing that. Your time is precious. So go drive around the residential areas, get a feel for these areas, and then go to the local coffee shop, grab a coffee, go grab a bite to eat. This is where you're really going to experience, hey, I could picture myself living here day to day. That's what you need to do. And of course, this is something we help with. We build these awesome lists for all of our clients that really help them save so much time and explore neighborhoods that we know will make sense. We've lived here our whole lives, and this is what we do. So we love setting people up to the right areas. So hopefully you can avoid these mistakes, and your move to San Diego will be that much less stressful. That is what we are here for. So if you have any questions at all, we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Just hit us up, and I think you would like a couple videos that I have right here. Probably find them helpful as well. I'll see you there.